What would you do if you could only tell the entire truth? I'm Insad and I saw the Twilight Zone Season 2, Episode 14, The Whole Truth. It is directed by James Sheldon, written by Rod Serling, and if you haven't seen this episode, I will spoil it for you. This episode starts with following Harvey. He is a cars salesman, a used car salesman. And he's just chilling at his lot when a man comes in with a terrible, terrible car. However, this man's like, oh, here's all the features of it. Right after Harvey buys the car is the only point in which this guy says the car is haunted. And I'm like, man, that's a little deceptive. That's no good. No good. I don't like that. I don't like that type of behavior. But of course, Harvey now has the car. And now he finds himself in a predicament. For a used car salesman, he has to say the entire truth about this car and about the other cars. Because of the presence of this car, he has to say the entire truth now. And not just about cars. The entire truth about everything. He's got a wife that he likes to not hang out with at home. Instead likes to go drinking and gambling with the boys. The wife calls, yo, what you doing tonight? Oh, I'm gonna go drinking and gambling with the boys. What? Come on. You playing? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I meant to say, I'm going out and drinking and gambling with the boys. He cannot say a lie. So this means that he's a big liar. He lies to his wife about his whereabouts, which is not a good thing. Because what if he got murdered? You never think of that, but what if you got murdered? Then your wife wouldn't know where you are. He's finding himself in a pickle. Someone's like, oh, can I buy this car? And he tells us the nice features of it. And then he feels compelled to tell this purchaser that this car is cursed. And the purchaser just so happens to be working in political business, the politics. And you know how politicals, people, they all like to lie. It's a stereotype for a reason. This guy is like, I lie all the time in my business. I couldn't. I couldn't. But I do have a recommendation for you. Find some sucker who will take this car from you. Just don't tell him the cursed part until after. And then it's like, okay, I can see why the person who originally sold him the car neglected to tell Harvey about the cursed part until after the car was sold to Harvey and paperwork was done and all that fun jazz. Then he tells him about the cursed part. So what will Harvey do? Well, I think what Harvey does is pretty brilliant, especially for the 60s. He calls up the Soviet Union leader. How do you have access to this guy? I don't know. It's easy to contact a Soviet member. So he contacts him. He's like, I have the best deal for you. You gotta come to my dealership. And so they go to this dealership. Let me tell you something that'll be amazing and anti-American propaganda. Look at this car. It's an American car. It's terrible. It sucks. It's awful. You should buy it to go parading around everyone. And this idea to call the Soviet Union is because the Soviet Union is built upon a bunch of lies. And so by doing this, he's going to dismantle the Soviet Union. And the Russians buy the car. And he just sits back and watches as the Soviet Union dismantles themselves. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I want to see a Twilight Zone episode about the Soviet Union dismantling themselves. Honestly, I feel like that would be pretty entertaining. Oh man, this is a fun episode. I had watched this already once before, so watching it again, I was noticing some things that I would have not noticed otherwise upon first watch. I like seeing all of the half-truths going on this entire episode. Even though it's the whole truth, this man is forced to tell the truth, but everyone around him is telling half-truths until he figures out, okay, the way I can subvert my car compelling me to tell the truth if I say half the truth. The car wants me to tell the truth, but not the entirety of all of the truth. I can omit some information out. It's not lying. It's omitting information. I'm still telling the truth, but only part of it. And I like this. It's very clever workaround, and I like who he sold the car to. This is a very fun episode. I would definitely watch it again, just because I want to see the guy struggle to sell it to a bunch of people, and I want to see him lie to his wife. So, I gotta give this episode, it's a solid 7.6 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one on the platform really likes that, $20 dinos at patreon.com/ASEPresents. For one movie review per 1 month, go to this link tree to support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So you can go here, and until next time, Mint Salad Saw, I'll see you later, my sour croutons and bacon bits. Now, excuse me, I'm gonna go look for a car. I don't see any cars here. There are cars over there. Where are the cars at?